Hey everybody, how ya doing? It is Mr. Bookman, and today I'm going to be reading She Wanted to Be Haunted by Maurice Ewert, illustrated by Susie Ghahremani. Please enjoy. She wanted to be haunted. Clarissa was a cottage, adorable and pink. Her paint was bright and sparkling. Her windows seemed to wink. Daisies grew around her. Squirrels scrambled on her lawn. Life was just delightful. See, her father was a castle, looming on a crag, whipped by winds and clocked by clouds, lit just by lightning jag. Vampires dwelled within him. Watching slightly in halls, bats above, cold crypts below, and red stains on the wall. Her mother, on the other hand, was a witch hut. Snakes dangled on the rafters. Her pots held who knows what. Rats and frogs and spells and smells. An old skull on a shelf, more creepy than the witch within, was the hut herself. But Clarissa had a doorbell and a welcome mat. Wind chimes twangled jangled. You couldn't get less cool than that. And unless both her parents, Clarissa wasn't host to anyone scary, not even one wine ghost. I'm lonely, she admitted. I'm lonely and I'm bored. I'm just an ordinary, no wonder I'm ignored. If only I were haunted, I would never be alone. But look at me, I'm cheerful. I've got to change my tone. I've got to look less friendly. I've got to look less fun. I'm sick of all this daylight. I've got to block the sun. She seems to see her father, to ask him some clouds. I need a veil of gloom, Dad, and shadows that amashed around. Of course, I'll give you clouds, dear, but may I add advice? It's okay to be yourself. There's nothing wrong with nice. Clarissa thought that over, but left with clouds in tow. Back at home, she took each cloud and hung it up just so. Soon her skies were gray and grim, a dear forbidden sight. Who on earth would feel at home a ghost or monster might. But oh, poor Carissa. She made all her plans in vain. Because what clouds bring us isn't friends. What clouds bring is rain. Silver stands came streaming down for several days or more. All it did was make Carissa clutter than before. Honeysuckles twined around. Roses grew in bushes. Birds swam in the bird bath and then shared poolside branches. She longed to have her clouds back, but they all dissolved. She was sadder than before, but also more resolved. She ran to see her mother to ask her mom for stash. Some smell, just one whiff of which could make some nostrils clench. Mom, I need an odor that dries living things away. How else will I be a house where ghosts would want to stay? Of course, I'll help you, honey, but this is what I think. A true friend likes you because you're you, not because you stink. But Carissa was demanded, and so her mom pitched in. Here's a smoking bottle that I won once in a Digin. Unstoppable. It when you get home, and out will pour a reek. Normal kind of creatures will be gone within a week. Carissa took the bottle, forgetting to say thanks. She raced home exactly to shiver in her planks. She uncorked the bottle and soon was wreathed in flames. Nasty, noxious vapors billowed all throughout her rooms, but nothing died nor sped away, though the grass turned brown, and who was dawned toward the stink. All the dogs in town, they rolled around adorable as doggies like to do. Instead of ghost fur filled in the air and a lot of slobbers too. I give up, Carissa cried. I'll never be a ghost. I'm not remotely scary. I'm just uncrept at most. Though I'll change myself. I've only made things worse. Flower birds and darling dogs is like some kind of curse. The cottage took a deep, deep breath. Then she softly sighed. Could she live a happy life without ghosts inside? Could she squash her longing for a friend, special spiritual friend? Either way, she knew her spooky plans had hit an end. Clarissa took another breath. Then she loudly said, "Listen, everybody, I'm done with undead. Since no ghosts want to stay with me, I'll try something new. Pretty things could come here now, including all of you." "Hooray, hooray, Clarissa!" The gathered creatures cheered, but thought that Dong was from the back. A pathway slowly cleared. Down the path, a pony paced with golden hooves and horn. All the sunlight shone upon a snow-white unicorn. "I invite prettiness," Clarissa sadly thought. "So I guess that's a pretty much exactly what I got." But sometimes life has funny plans, but it cannot predict. The unicorn was victorious. He bit and spat and kicked. He chewed up all the flowers, then tore up the lawn. He ran at creatures with his horn till they all were gone. Clarissa never bored again. Her best friend is Brute, and she can now be herself, at least horrible and cute. So instead of being like her mom and dad, she wanted to be herself. And she had a unicorn that came and ran everything away. Just think of a house that did that. I wouldn't want to live in a house that would chase people away. That is for sure. I wouldn't have no friends. How about you? Would you live in a house that would chase things away? But if all of you enjoyed this story time, give it a thumbs up and share it if you can. And if you're new and came along this story time, hit that red subscribe button down below and subscribe to this channel and check out my other readings I got. But until next time, everybody, I am Mr. Bookman, and this story time is over. Have a good one, everybody, and be safe.